ponder the question, what if?
1 minute and 45 seconds of opening logos. Yes, we're still mad. No, we won't stop bringing it up. And yes, we will still watch every damn second of content Disney puts out. Star Wars episode opens on Star's cliche. Oh, that's the wrong show. My bad. You know what? The cliche still stands. I've never been in the desert waiting for an alien invasion before, but if I were, I doubt I'd waste the car battery by leaving the lights on.
This is it. For the win. For the win. This is it. For the... Yes!
Prematurely celebrating every single shot until one eventually hits its mark not only makes a mockery of yourself, Darcy, but also of the prestigious American institution that is the game of Peanut Cup. After 7 episodes, I might be coming around on this animation style, but what I can't get past is the inconsistent effort that seems to go into creating the original actors' likenesses. I mean, this is a pretty spot-on animated version of Kat Dennings, but Jane Foster here looks like she was designed by someone who vaguely remembers Natalie Portman from something they were half watching several years ago.
We're too late. The invasion has begun.
Based on what? Okay, 2 years ago you saw the same anomaly wipe out a star, but how are you getting alien invasion from that? We find out later that Jane thinks this is humanity's first contact with aliens, so why would she leap to this instead of randomly occurring space phenomenon? Welcoming anyone to Vegas. I suppose if there's one place on Earth where a group of aliens can beam down directly in front of you, ominously threaten your dull life, and then pivot to an upbeat party vibe without question, it's Las Vegas. So the sin, as always, is pineapple shirts.
More than battles won or lost, it's relationships that truly define a hero.
It wouldn't be a true what-if episode if some sudden expositional narration didn't put the hammer down on the story just as it's starting to build momentum. Go on, tell me the thing you could have told me during the opening credits instead of the exact same master marveling we've seen 100 times before. Odin sleeping on a penis-shaped bed.
Remember, Heimdall will be watching.
Wait, what? Why is this a surprise to Thor? Heimdall's entire gig is based around him being able to hear and see almost everything in the 9 realms. Well, until the plot needs him to turn a blind sword, anyway. Whose bright idea was it to keep the f***ing Infinity Gauntlet down here with all of the Infinity Stones already inside it? Do you want to get dusted? Because this is how you get dusted.
We are going to the most backwater planet that not even Heimdall pays attention to.
That is how this show is going to explain why Heimdall doesn't notice Thor causing havoc on Earth. Thor is just going to assume that Heimdall isn't paying attention to the most boring 11% of the 9 realms he's tasked with watching. And you know what the biggest sin is here? He's f***ing right.
Yeah, have a drink. It never runs out.
Hey guys, Carl Urban pulled out at the last second. Should we just cut his character out? Nah, we're going for a needless Easter egg record, so let's leave him in, but make sure he's completely silent. No one will notice except those pesky YouTubers. And who cares what they think?
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Shouldn't there be more lasers? Probing? A flying cow?
Imagine being so whiny that you'd rather see a flying cow over alien species being beamed in from a dozen hovering spacecrafts. Imagine. Now slap yourself in the face and be grateful for what you have, damn it.
According to my data, the first extraterrestrial to arrive was... him?
Oh, shut up. The party arrived all at the same time. We all saw it. Ah, yes, the girl loses her mind over a handsome man flinging his hair around cliche. Next, you're going to tell me she abandons her research to party with the hot man, falls in love instantly, and gets petty about him not calling her immediately. Wait, that actually happens? F me, man. I had like 100 sins.
Expected him to look more like...
Like what, E.T.? Unless like a Hottie McScotty? Beach Buddy Ken? Old school Abercrombie catalog? I could go on.
I'd really prefer if you didn't, quirky McFlirty, comic reliefy, awkward Von Speaks a lot.
You can make first contact with, I don't know, that guy. He looks like a loser.
Big talk coming from a brunette.
Man, these forced Howard the Duck Easter eggs are like quack cocaine to some people. Not me, though. I'm nowhere near that Mallard just did. Also, neither Jane or Darcy, who have never been exposed to alien life, think twice about this wise-quacking duck in a suit.
Topaz, what do I always say? I love cake.
Yes, they actually managed to get Jeff Goldblum back to play the Grandmaster, and this was the best thing they could think for him to say.
Did you build this all by yourself?
Excuse me? I happen to be an astrophysicist with multiple PhDs.
So, no?
I now pronounce you Darcy and a duck.
Anatodiphilia, The Hangover Part Thor.
Led by the main instigator, Thor of Asgard, who's now taken to the skies.
What? He left? Did he even leave a note?
Our multiple PhD holding genius female lead goes from a dogged mission to save the world to why doesn't he love me quicker than Steve Rogers comes to save the day in that Captain Carter episode.
A beeper? My dad has one. He's a podiatrist. Wait, are you guys calling a podiatrist?
Yes, because in this universe, all beepers lead to podiatry.
Everyone say waffles.
Waffles? Who wants to have a waffle picture? We say cheese, so it looks like we're smiling, not waffles. Nobody wants to have the O face in a picture.
Tell me, is that butt ugly popsicle stick talking to me?
Characters pretend to be enemies to build tension but end up being friends. Cliché.
Loki, you are the absolute best!
Which is why Marvel will continue to put this character into as many scenes as possible. This particular scene allowed them to cross off audience wants to see Loki as a frost giant from their list.
You're my brother from another mother, man. I mean that. I mean it.
Brothers forever!
Brothers forever!
But why? And how? Why does the show feel determined to change everything and at the same time, nothing at all? Wasn't this alternate universe created precisely because Thor didn't grow up with Loki? Okay, maybe they became friends later in life, but again, I ask why and how? In case you confused it with France. Wait, why are the names of countries printed on top of the f***ing countries themselves? What an oddly specific consequence of Thor growing up as an only child.
This one's for Fury.
Captain Marvel eventually moves this battle out to the sticks, but regardless, she still decided to start this superpowered fight with a literal god in the middle of a densely populated area as if to guarantee maximum collateral damage. Still learning those Man of Steel lessons nearly a decade later, I see.
Smooth move, bro. You just...
Hamarang! Get it?
Yes, we get it. And I will thank you to leave the groan-worthy portmanteaus to the professional, bro Thor.
Party foul?
Says the man who did the exact same thing to her only moments earlier. Ah yes, the same versus same battle where every blow means nothing and the tension is as dull as a butter knife. Yay?
Ooh, Top Gun! You're Maverick! Is your ego writing checks that your skills can't cash?
The ability to quote pop culture references does not make you intelligent. I mean funny.
Who are you?
Darcy, big fan.
How can she be a big fan of someone she's never heard of? For all she knows, this is still Sahel's on-call podiatrist.
You know, I've got a crown too, and we both like fire, right? Come on, let's see who turn up the heat on this night.
A galmatophilia.
Why do you insist on crushing my mellow? Loosen up, have fun, smile a little.
Thor survives this.
Ready to fire on your command.
Fire in 5.
Apparently, it's nearly impossible to have a finale to any kind of action-adventure story without deploying the bullshit countdown to destruction that is inevitably beaten in the nick of time. This time, it feels especially egregious, considering we have no idea why Maria is choosing to launch the nuclear strike early, and we also have no cause to believe that said nuclear launch will actually have any deleterious effect on either the intended target or the innocent friendly combatant.
Stand down. We're done here.
We never get to fire the nukes.
Allowing one of your characters to lament the fact that they are unable to deploy environment-devastating, skin-melting, civilization-ending weapons for the sake of a punchline.
My suggestion? Start in the corners, clean your way outward.
If you start in the corners, how are you supposed to go outward? Aren't the corners the most outwardly point in most rooms? Honestly, Thor, I think you're better off without her help.
Thor.
Oh, hello, Mother. Welcome to our study group.
I hope Heimdall gets an almighty Asgardian ass-whooping when Odin wakes up. Not only did he entirely miss half of the MCU congregating on one planet for the party of the millennia, he also set the Bifrost velocity to plot convenience so that Frigga's transit to Earth would take the exact amount of time that Thor required to clean up the entire planet and put together a complete f***ing syllabus to prove he was studying the whole time.
You called my mother on me. That wasn't the cool thing to do.
Jane's intention wasn't to rat him out, it was to warn Frigga that her son's life could be in danger, knowing that she would likely be able to intervene in some way. But I suppose we'll just gloss over that for the sake of establishing this romance that essentially puts this universe back to square one as if nothing happened and then...
Oh dear. Perhaps I spoke too soon.
Wait, what?
As king of Asgard...
But you're not king!
I've got to keep control.
I remember doing the time warp.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, a young prince lived in a shining castle. Although he had everything his heart desired, the prince was spoiled.
Hollywood movies did not prepare me for this. Shouldn't there be more lasers? Probing?
Why does everyone always assume that? What am I doing? Am I harvesting farts? How much can I learn from an ass?
Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like. What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they didn't stop to think if they should. I'll chase him round the moons of Nibia and round the Antares maelstrom and round perdition's flames before I give him up.
Hi, everybody!
Hi, Dr. Nick!